right, looks like we are live. Hey, Itzik, how are you doing?
Good, Robbie. Thank you for joining us. I'm so happy to be here. Hope everybody's excited. Um, yeah, we're starting in 2 minutes, right?
Yes, 2 minutes. Wow, it's here. Let's see who can win this year, and let's see if they're gonna solve all the challenges. It is going to be very exciting.
Yeah. We have 1 minute and a half to go. Very excited for this one. Actually, first of all, I think Robbie's been working on some very cool challenges here. We have a game that I'm really excited to see how people tackle and so forth. And then I also think there's been a while since we've done the last one, so really excited to see how people are coming back to it and into the cadence. Even though we're releasing twice a month a challenge, but those are typically the simplest one, the simpler ones, right? And here in the quarterly event, so forth, we're doing more complicated ones, and so that's really exciting. Okay, so we got less than a minute, almost half a minute.
Ooh, the
So
calm before the storm. I think we're gonna see so many things happen at the start of this event. We're gonna see very quick first bloods, I think.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
excited. Yeah, and
I'm
there is
super
also a
excited.
prize pool, right? So people are playing for that prize. And
Yeah,
we're approaching 10
absolutely.
seconds. I see Vikas saying, "What's up?" in the chat. Hey, Vikas. All right, five, four, three, two, one. Open the floodgates. Let's see what you
Yeah,
all
let's
can
play.
do.
Right.
Let's
So
play.
I think it's a good time to mention. We've been all witnessing the rise of AI and the rise of tools that are allowing you to make your job easy on so many fronts. Right. We've been seeing quite a significant leap on that front on the pen testing and you know um, all sorts of hacking tasks. And this has actually been, a challenge for CTFs. But I think the entire premise of what we're doing here today is educational. So we strongly recommend against using AI. We know that in this case it's all even unfair because there's a cash price here, right? We don't think it's going to solve all the challenges. Probably going to solve AI. Certain AIs will be able to solve pretty quickly the first ones, but I think you should use the first ones as a warm up. You should try to figure them out on your own and play and you can solve stuff on your own. Those at least one, two, and maybe even three could be a good practice to teach yourself. I don't think the education component is irrelevant, right? Because if you let AI do the job for you, you're not educating yourself, and that's the
Yeah, I
entire.
mean, CTFs are all about like education, about learning. It's what they've always been. For me personally, 8 years ago, I started playing CTFs for fun and for learning, and I made so many friends by playing CTFs manually, by being the person thinking about stuff, and then afterwards discussing with other people. Uh, so that's kind of the whole goal of a CTF. So make it fun for yourself, and take this as life advice, I guess. Like, don't try to cheat your way into something because at some point you're gonna need the knowledge that you would have learned by playing this CTF manually. So yeah, hopefully you
Mhm.
can take that advice, and hopefully in 8 years maybe you'll be in a great position and you'll be happy that you took that advice.
Absolutely. I also think like when we're looking at CTFs, it's one thing to play CTF as a hacker, as a typical I would say ethical hacker, bounty hunter, and stuff like that. There's also the set of developers where I think for them the education is even more important, right? It's not their core job, but if they don't understand the threats, and it doesn't matter if they're found by a machine or someone found them, right? They are kind of like risking the entire organization, the entire system, and maybe crown jewels. And just remember, bad actors out there have the same tools. They have access to everything. They can do exactly the same things. And they are now sitting on a much higher, much more sophisticated platform, tackling and attacking your systems. So if you're not educating yourselves, and if you don't understand the risks, and if you don't understand how to handle the risks, and how to find them, how to locate them, how to kind of like constantly, be aware of them and how to fix them, that's a big problem. So for those of you who are dealing with development and actually building stuff, I think it's definitely still super relevant to educate yourself.
100%. Itzik, why don't we show the people? Oh, we already have our first solve from Dragos. And Dragos, I think I know you in real life, and if you're going to be a competitor here, there's going to be some tough competition for the others playing. So go, everybody. But whilst the pros are solving challenges, let's see if the beginners who have never used Wizer, if we can give them a short introduction on how you should tackle a challenge like this one.
Yeah. So let me start. Let's start by the simplest one. And here's Skitty, another champ who's been following us for a while now and really doing great on our leaderboards constantly. So I'm pretty happy to see you here on the board. Skitty, have a wonderful game. You're also one of the strong competitors, and I'm expecting to see you progress. So if we're looking at the Wizer, if you're new to the system or it's been a while since the last time you played, you'll see a short piece of code here in the box. Okay, this piece of code is the code with vulnerability, one or more, right? You'll have to find them. That's the main code. It might some code might be missing here that is less important or not relevant, but the important code will be here. So you can read it, you can download it by copying it, put it in your local environment, even run it locally if you want. But it actually runs. So you have the URL of the challenge here, and you can attack it using other tools. So don't feel obligated to try to solve everything through the platform, right? I would highly recommend using a browser, using curl, using burp suite, using Postman, whatever you're used to using. Write a piece of code, right? As far as I'm concerned, you can write a piece of code in your local environment to try to attack stuff. Python scripts, whatever you feel comfortable with, you can use. And then once you have the solution, you can plug it in here. If it's a backend, vulnerability, in this case, it's a backend vulnerability, but also so it's a backend vulnerability. There's a pretty clear API endpoint that is called get flag, and will get you the flag. The problem is, how do you call it? How do you get to it? And so on and so forth, right? But once you find a way to get the flag, right, you can plug the JSON here. The entire backend, vulnerabilities are going to be posting JSONs. So that's going to be JSON format. You can find out about the JSON structure by reading the code, right? What's the JSON structure it expects, and you plug it in here. And again, there are going to be challenges that have only one box. This one also, the backend vulnerability, will require you to get the unfiltered CRM users from the endpoint. And there's a trick here. So I see that already 3 of us already found the trick, and you can post it here. There are vulnerabilities that are front end, or in other cases, it could be mixed types of vulnerabilities, but at the end of it, you just submit the flag. So some vulnerabilities are not straight in attacking it through the platform. As I mentioned, you always want and need to, in many cases, use other tools. So you'll have to find the vulnerability on this one. Once you capture the flag, you get the flag, it's going to be some sort of a code, right? And you're going to submit it here on this endpoint, as an argument, right? So if you look at the code here, there should be an endpoint that does that, exactly that. So let's say
all the way at the bottom. Yes, there
it is. Yeah, way at the bottom. So here, what it does, you provide the flag argument this way, and whatever the flag is, right? You found it, and then you submit it. And once you submit it, the system will check whether the flag is the correct one or not. So I believe most challenges are like that. Might have a different endpoint. In this case, in challenge number 4, it's going to be flag check. Same idea. This one as well, submit flag, and the last one is submit flag. Okay, so we don't have a lot of front-end pure vulnerabilities here, but this one is pretty exotic. I would definitely focus on it when you get to it. First, warm up, right? But then, at some point you're going to get there. It's pretty challenging. Pretty challenging. I think Robbie has done a great job here. Building something really fun and really sophisticated that obviously will take a little bit more time for you guys to solve. And I already see the leader.
It's fingers crossed, because wow, people are flying through these challenges. Look at that.
Yeah, amazing. That's so fun to see. Refresh that.
So great to see
people. We already have 12 people
have already solved challenges.
Yep. Wow. And we have 4 people already solved 2 challenges. Robbie, do you think I missed anything in my introduction?
No, I think it's perfect. A lot of the challenges also have a front end, so definitely play around with the front end, play around with the challenge in Burp Suite, in Postman, and whatever tools you want to use.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right to mention that. I think even this one, let me see. Can't remember. I think like they have some of them, the front end is nothing but just very simple presentation of what's going on. It's challenge number 6, there's blah blah blah. Just kind of like general situation. But there are challenges. I think challenge number 2, by the way, there's no, this one doesn't have it.
Challenge
but there are a few challenges.
And 4 do have a front end. Yes.
Yeah. This one has a front end. So if you go, I think even just to the root here, you'll see the UI. So there are certain challenges with front ends that you can learn a little bit from or a lot from. Really depends on the nature of the challenge. It's going to be fun. I can already see people are pushing through here. Really amazed by the participation here. So that's great.
You know what I feel like? I feel like we are a dam and we're holding back the push of the people solving challenges, and slowly they're breaking through and challenges are getting solved. Let's see how far we make it.
Yeah, I see the talent here. You can already see, challenge number 2, 5 people solved it. Challenge number 1, 14 people already solved it. Challenge number 3, what's going on here? Nobody solved it. Okay, so that's not yet. But again, remember, we're just 10 minutes into the game. So I'm really excited to see how it progresses. And again, I do think the first 2 easily solved by AI. But again, use them as a warm-up. Okay, use them as a warm-up. Figure out what's going on, because the next ones are going to be way more complicated to solve, even with AI. And we strongly advise against it for 2 main reasons. Again, educational is one reason. The second is just not fair, because we're giving away prizes here, and we want the best person to win because they are really able to solve it on their own.
And are we also giving away some swag to people who write write-ups?
Yes, absolutely. Well, again, from the premise of education, we would like to see you guys think a little bit on what you experienced here. So it's very early in the game, but once you solve or struggle to solve certain challenges, we want you to think about what are some takeaways that you had, and what is your journey. Maybe describe your journey. So any write-up that either describes your journey, struggling through trying to figure out how to solve a challenge, or even solving it and kind of like planning your solution strategy and going through the steps and so forth. We'd love to see that in writing or a video, right? Whatever you choose to do. So at the end of the game, we'll also talk about that. We'll give you 2 weeks to kind of like wrap your head around, creating something with, value for the community. So we'd like to publish it. We'd like to give you guys swag for doing so. So we're going to rank them and say, oh, this one is really, really great. And then we're going to send you guys some swag credits at the end. So we're really excited to do that as well.
Awesome. Okay, so then I think we've said what needs to be said, and now we are just going to sit back, reload the scoreboard every couple of seconds, and see how fast people get through our challenges.
I can't help it. I'm going to refresh here like crazy. So thank you, everyone, for joining this game. We're going to stop, get out of your hair for a little bit to give you time to focus. Any questions or concerns or ideas or things, you can always use our Discord server. If you have Discord, and I truly recommend installing and joining our community if you haven't done so far, please DM us if you have a payload that you're like, oh my God, why is this not working? It's supposed to work. I don't know. I tried it. It doesn't work. Or you feel like something is broken. Things happen, right? Our servers can go down, who knows? So if you guys use the Discord, you need to post it publicly, but be careful, again, to be fair and not to ruin it and spoil it for others. If you're posting a payload or solutions, please do that on a DM. And you have the DM capabilities. Robbie and I are on the Discord server all the time, so we will see that.
Yes, just say that you have a question, and either Itzik or I will reach out to you on Discord, and then we can help you fix the issue. We won't be giving any hints privately. In the next couple of live streams, we might be giving out some hints. So don't message us for hints. But if you think this challenge is broken, something like that, reach out to us. Or if you have any other questions. So yeah, we will be back with some other live streams every 2 hours. We will be doing a live stream where we'll go over the status of the game, what's been happening. If there are some public announcements, we'll give them then. We might give out some hints for challenges. It may either be an easy challenge that we want to help the beginners with, or it may be a challenge that nobody is able to solve and everybody is stuck on, and then we might even give a hint there. So definitely tune in for all of these live streams.
Absolutely. And just to remind us all, so we have this touch point, that's the kickoff, that's where we are now. We're going to have one at 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time. And again, there's daylight saving confusion and so forth now. Now it's 2 p.m. On UTC GMT, right? That's where it is right now, 2:15, right? That's the time now in UTC. The Eastern Standard Time is 10:15 a.m. in the morning. We will at 12, in 1 hour, 45 minutes from now, at noon, we're going to jump on another session here. Please tune in, and we'll post it on Discord to give you a chance to join that as well on the live session. And we will be there. And then we can talk about what we're seeing. We can talk, if you guys have questions or had questions during this time, we'll repeat them so that other people can kind of get information about it. But do join those sessions, because we might give hints, and we want to be fair. We want it to get to everyone, so you have fair chance at every attempt. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I think, Robbie, if there's nothing else, I think we can wrap it up for now. And we'll see you again in a little bit less than 2 hours, like an hour, 45 minutes ish.
All right. See ya, Itzik.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.